The last fire of Black Pine Camp. Nobody talked about Black Pine Camp after 2009. Not online, not in town, not even the families. It sat deep in northern woods where the trees grew so close together, they blocked the moonlight from touching the ground. Old camp signs still stood nailed to rotting posts. Welcome campers. The paint had peeled until the Smiling Sun mascot looked melted. People around the area had stories about the place. Most blamed animals for the disappearances. Others blamed the lake. But older locals always lowered their voices when they mentioned one name, Cal Harlow. The camp groundskeeper. The man who never officially existed. It started with 6 college friends wanting one last summer memory. Before life pulled them apart, Marcus drove. Jenna filmed everything for her channel. Tyler brought beer. Noah brought a hunting knife. He wouldn't stop spinning around his fingers. Lily hated the woods. And Quiet Becca kept saying she felt weird about the trip from the second they left town. Rain followed them the whole drive, not heavy rain. Just enough to make the trees look wet and black. The GPS stopped working an hour before they arrived. By then the road had narrowed into cracked dirt, barely wide enough for the truck. No way kids used to stay out here. Tyler laughed. Nobody answered. Because through the trees they could finally see the cabins. There were 12 of them, dark, rotting, silent. The camp looked abandoned in a hurry. Chairs still sat around the main fire pit. A canoe rested upside down near the lake. One cabin door slowly creaked open and shut from the wind. Jenna smiled nervously and lifted her camera. This is perfect horror movie material. That sentence would replay in Marcus's head for years afterward. Inside the mess hall, dust coated everything. They found old camp photos hanging crooked along the walls. Rows of smiling children, counselors' camp games, swimming competitions. But in almost every picture, there was a tall man somewhere in the background, not posing, just watching near the trees behind cabins. Standing by the lake. Same man every time, thin face, long gray beard, dark coat. Lily noticed him first. Who the hell is that? Nobody knew. Then Becca found the newspaper clipping pinned beneath one frame. June 14, 1987. Local camp shuts down after tragedy. The rest had been ripped away. Tyler shrugged. Probably some drowning. But Marcus noticed something else. Every photo with the strange man had scratches across his face. Not random scratches. Like someone had tried desperately to erase him. Night came fast, too fast. 1 minute the woods were gray. The next they were pitch black. The rain stopped completely. That made it worse. Now they could hear the forest, branches cracking, leaves shifting. Things moving far away. They built a fire outside anyway. Tyler drank too much first. Jenna kept recording. Noah threw sticks into the flames while telling stupid ghost stories. Only Becca stayed quiet. She kept staring toward the trees. Marcus finally noticed. What? There's someone over there. Everybody looked. Nothing. Just darkness between trees. Tyler laughed. You're freaking yourself out. Then they heard it, a whistle, soft, 3 slow notes. Coming from deep in the woods. Noah stood up immediately. Okay, screw that. Another whistle answered from farther away, then another, like signals moving around them. The fire suddenly felt very small. Marcus tried joking, probably hunters. But even he didn't believe it. Because the whistles sounded old somehow, patient. Like whoever made them had done this before. At 11:43 p.m., Jenna realized her camera battery had died. That shouldn't have been possible. It had been fully charged. Then Tyler noticed all their phones had no signal, no bars, no GPS, nothing. The woods around the camp had gone completely silent. No crickets, no wind. No frogs from the lake. Just silence so deep they could hear the fire popping. Then came the sound, crunch. A footstep behind cabin 6. Everyone turned, crunch, another one, slow, heavy. Marcus grabbed the flashlight. The beam shook as he pointed it toward the cabins, empty. But something had moved between them, something tall. Noah called out, "Hey, who's out there?" No answer. Then from somewhere in the dark, 3 whistles again, closer now, much closer. They decided to sleep inside the mess hall together. Nobody argued. Marcus locked the doors. Noah kept the hunting knife beside him. Tyler finally stopped joking. Around 2 a.m., Lily woke Marcus up shaking. "There's someone outside." At first he thought she meant an animal. Then he heard the footsteps. Slow circles around the building. Boots crunching gravel. One full lap, then another. Nobody breathed. The footsteps stopped directly outside the wall behind them. Silence, then scratching. Something metal dragged slowly across the wood siding. Lily covered her mouth to stop herself crying. The scraping continued around the building, slow, deliberate, like someone sharpening something while walking. Then the whistles came again, right outside, 3 notes. Marcus looked through a crack in the boarded window and saw him tall. Broad shoulders beneath a rain-soaked coat. Gray beard hanging to his chest. Face pale as dead skin. One eye clouded white. In one hand he held garden shears, blackened with rust. In the other a flashlight not turned on, just hanging at his side. The man stood completely still, facing the building, as if listening to them breathe. Then slowly he smiled. Tyler panicked first. He bolted for the back exit before anyone could stop him. "Tyler, wait!" Door slammed open. Footsteps running outside, then silence, complete silence. The group froze. 10 seconds passed, 20. Then from somewhere near the cabins, Tyler screamed, not one scream, several. The kind ripped out of somebody who knows they're dying. Then suddenly cut off. Everybody inside started crying at once. Noah shoved tables against the doors. Marcus couldn't stop shaking. Outside, the whistles started again. But now there were only 2 notes. Like something had changed. At 3:11 a.m. they heard Tyler's voice outside, soft, weak. "Guys," nobody moved. "Please," Jenna sobbed. "That's him." Tyler scratched gently at the door. "I'm hurt." Marcus almost opened it, almost. Then Becca whispered, "That's not Tyler." The scratching stopped immediately. Dead silence outside. Then Tyler's voice changed, lower, wrong. "You left me out here." A violent bang slammed against the door hard enough to shake the walls. Everyone screamed. Another bang, then another. Wood cracked. The thing outside started laughing, not loud, not crazy. Just quiet laughing, like this was fun. The door finally broke at 3:27. But by then the building was empty. The survivors had escaped through the kitchen window into the woods behind camp. Rain started pouring again. Branches tore at their clothes as they ran blindly through darkness. Behind them, the whistles followed, never rushing, never panicked, always slow, always patient. Like the killer knew the woods better than they ever could, because he did. Black Pine Camp belonged to him long before they arrived, and by sunrise. Only one of them was left alive enough to tell the story, Marcus. They found him walking alone down the highway barefoot 3 days later, covered in cuts, unable to explain where the others went. But rescuers noticed one strange thing immediately, every few minutes. Marcus would stop talking, tilt his head slightly, and listen, like he could still hear whistling somewhere deep in the trees.